All right, week 25, day 2. Storyboard a user interaction from beginning to end. And here it recommends that you use a 6-panel storyboard with each will have a descriptive line that talks about what's happening in there. You can certainly do more, you can certainly do less, but what I would say is find something in sort of the 5 to 8 panel space. So think about an interaction that you could communicate in 5 to 8 panels. And it's really easy. If you have a tablet or something with a stylus, it's a relatively straightforward thing to do. If you have some extra paper on hand and you can sketch things fairly quickly, you could go through it that way. You could also just try to write out what the beats of the story are as a list on a word processor and see, are you in that 5 to 8 bullet point space? Again, you can certainly go more. So if you find one that's 9, then let's say go ahead and do it. But there are a number of different ways to sort of test out whether this is right sized for the work. Because again, we're trying to keep this to maybe an hour, hour and a half a day per challenge. But look at things like booking a service, uploading a file, onboarding a new team member, and create that 6-panel storyboard. So each moment, each important moment becomes a sketch with a sentence, and show those key moments. And this is good for synthesizing user flows, creating team alignment, and presenting research findings. So, and all those in many ways work hand in hand because you may create team alignment by presenting a storyboard in your research findings. But any time that you feel like there's a step-by-step process where it would be good for folks to see those individual beats and something important happening in them and show additional context, it can make it more real, and it can actually, even with stick figures, it can make it feel much more real. So give this a shot. The output's relatively straightforward. Again, however many panels you have in your storyboard, plus a description of what's happening in that particular panel, and then maybe a one-sentence summary and a title, just to communicate roughly what this is about, just to help if someone were to come across it, they would know what you were talking about, to set the scene for the storyboard. Included a topic here for the Interaction Design Foundation on storyboards, which is excellent. It'd be a great thing to review before you get started.